Oh, well, hello. Welcome to the tasting room. I'm Austin McElroy.
Hello.
And this is John.
I had to do a quick mic adjustment for Austin over there. We forgot the mic check.
That's okay.
It happens. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
I'm tired.
Yeah?
A little bit.
What's got you tired?
I just don't think I slept well.
No, bummer.
Maybe I was up too late. I don't remember what happened last night, to be totally honest. There was no reason.
The Super Bowl?
Super Bowl. Yeah. But like that
Did
wasn't late.
Well,
Like,
and
I wasn't drunk.
damn. So you where did you watch the Super Bowl and how did you get through the party without drinking?
It was great. So I went to Amber and Curtis's, my old neighbors.
Okay.
And Amber's not drinking either at the moment. So she had some of the Coors Edge non-alcoholic. She had some of the Heineken. I brought a couple of these Sierra Nevada Trail Passes.
All right.
Curtis was drinking Tito's. But
Okay. So, dang. Let's say you've gone almost a month and a half without drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Is there have you found yourself within a culture kind of like CrossFit?
No. My friends like to drink.
So do mine.
Yeah.
And that keeps me from not drinking, or
keeps you from
not
drinking or whatever.
Drinking.
Yeah.
It
from
keeps me drinking
from alcohol. Yeah. No, it's
So there's not this underculture that's like,
no, but here's what
like
I found.
Taking away my business.
No. Here's what I found that I feel like is interesting though. Like, it's not as hard to do as I anticipated.
Okay.
Because I still go out.
Sure.
Just as much.
Sure.
Like, if I go to a brewery, I'll have a non-alcoholic beer, or I'll just have a LaCroix, or I'll have something like that. If I go to a bar, I'll have them make me a super tonic or a bitters and soda. I've been on a bitters and soda kick. Like, it's, if I go to Quigley's, I'll get a non-alcoholic Guinness, or I'll bring my own coffee. Like, it just, it hasn't been as hard as I thought. But the other day I was telling someone, I was like, I'm feeling some, like, for the first time in like a month and a half, almost, like, I want a bourbon.
Right on.
Didn't do it just for
for
no reason, but just didn't do it. But now I'm looking at those bottles behind you and I'm like, I kind of want a bourbon.
Dude, Bishop Quigley, I really want to get on draft there, mainly because we're selling 2 cases of Kolsch a week almost right now.
To them.
Okay. Since they've been open.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah, it's a lot. I feel like, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That is a ton.
What's average? Not just for you.
Not 2 cases.
Well, like, I guess it probably differs by brewery too, but for you guys, like, is that your fastest moving account as far as going through?
Bishop, I mean, they are. I saw it on the top list of accounts for the last 3 weeks, like top 5 or 6, and I was like, "Huh, Bishop Quigley on the top." I was like, "Did we get on draft?" And then I was like, "No, it's just the Kolsch in cans." Odd.
I wonder how many Kolsches they have. You might be the only Kolsch.
We might be, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Let's stay that way.
Shout out McNally's group.
I know. That is a really cool concept. That is, I think, really going to change. I think it's the way that a lot of different economies of scale are going, such as like ultra neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
Local.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about that a couple podcasts
ago
too.
I know we did. I'm not trying to kick a dead horse.
No. But you're right. Like, I feel the same way. Like that. So is it Sobo? Is that what they call it? No, South Boston.
Yeah, Sobo. The Sobo district.
The Sobo district or whatever. 18th of Boston, whatever you want to call it. Like, the ice cream shop opened up next to Tina's, and it's open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I believe, or maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I need to get down there more often.
Yeah, and then obviously you have the Merc, and you have De Alessandro's.
Yeah,
Tacos, Tequila, Mezcal. You have the Shrine venue. I don't know what's going into the old Solera location.
Who knows?
It was going to be Welltown's chicken restaurant, but that didn't happen.
Well,
the chicken nuggies or whatever.
Yeah.
And then just around the corner, you have Maple Ridge Grocer and Quigley's. So it's
Yeah, it's becoming a
and I
little
feel
neighborhood
like
thing.
who told me this? Saul from De Lissandro's. I had brunch with Amber and Saul at Grocer on Saturday. Yeah, on Saturday, and Saul was saying that where the cleaners is on the other corner, like the whatever side that would be of that same
The
street,
north side. Yeah.
That whole corner has been sold, and there's going to be retail and some like bar restaurant stuff going in there.
Whoa.
So yeah, that whole area is just killing it right now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I mean, not that Maple Ridge needed anything
More.
You know, those people have great equity in their homes and all the things, but
sure.
Yeah, it is cool to see that hyper regionalized neighborhood vibe continue to grow. I'm curious what neighborhood's next. I mean, we've talked about it, but like Owen Park could be one.
I would hope Owen Park.
I guess technically Brookside was the first one.
Yeah, Brookside's the first.
Yeah. Cherry Street was second. Or maybe vice versa. I don't know really which one was first.
Man, talk about playing the long game. Could you imagine being Shades of Brown?
In what way?
I mean, when they
because they were one of the or like only
when
ones.
they opened, it was like a couple of dive bars and
it was like Sharkies and Sutures,
nothing else,
some other stuff. Yeah,
and like just a grunge area.
That's true.
I mean, the neighborhood.
Melinda did it right.
I mean, the neighborhood was nothing.
Was Aberson's and stuff there?
Because
I don't know when it opened, but I moved here in 2011, so I'm assuming it opened before then.
Oh, it certainly did.
Yeah,
I was going there in high school.
Did Melinda own it the entire time, or did she buy it?
I'm pretty sure she owned it the entire time. But
I always think of her and Zach around my age, and so
back in that time, though, I mean, I was high school. I wasn't thinking about the owners. I was thinking about how much honey I was putting in my coffee.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were thinking about the honeys that were as Shades of Brown.
Well, let me tell you what, that was my first date place.
Was it really?
Well, I mean, like if I would
you weren't going to go to the bar.
Yeah, I'm too young at that point.
Yeah.
And I wasn't that cool to like take a date to a bar and be like, yeah, we're going to try to get illegal beer or something.
What's your favorite dive bar in town?
Oh man,
do you want to join the show tonight? Let me see it. Get your toy. What's your favorite dive bar?
Favorite dive bar? I probably, the one that I've been frequenting the most as of late would be either Hunt Club or Sound Pony, and that's probably because of locality.
Right, fair. Let's. I think there needs to be a definition for my own, not sanity, but like.
And there,
what? How do you define a dive bar? Like what? Because I can tell you when I found one,
sure,
and I can tell you ones that I consider dive bars. But when I think about the similarities between them, it's like there's not a set of standards or something.
Yeah, Hunt Club would probably not like.
It's on the verge.
They would probably not say that they're a dive bar. They probably say that they're more of a venue. Almost.
Well, they do have the stand out back, or the stage, not stand. Yeah.
But I don't know, dive bar, really inexpensive beer, really inexpensive shots, well drinks, probably smells of cigarettes from days gone by.
So would you consider, and I don't disagree with any of those descriptions, but then do you consider Cellar Dweller a dive bar?
I would probably, yeah.
But then when you go there and you see there's Blanton's and there's good whiskey and there's decent beer and there's but it's also kind of a dive bar.
Yeah. So maybe it's like the new age dive bar, like the hipster dive bar. Is that a thing?
I mean, I don't know, because then it's like, okay, so is a pub a dive bar, or is a pub a pub?
It used to be.
Yeah.
I think a pub used to be the dive bar.
So would Quigley's be considered a dive bar?
Probably 200 years ago.
But not now.
Right. It's like
so a pub is the middle ground between a dive bar and like a cocktail bar?
Probably, because the pub, has some like intentional elevated liquid and intentional elevated food.
Yeah.
I would. That's really tough to.
It is. Like
That's really tough.
I thought about this the other day when someone asked me what my favorite dive bars were, and I like started listing like a couple. And then I was like, but I mean, like Sound Pony is kind of like they have music, they have,
right.
you know, like they have things. Like, does that
But
negate it or like cancel it out from being a dive bar?
I
And
don't
if
think
anybody's
so.
listening in real time and wants to chime
Yeah.
in, please, like,
I don't think so.
like then I started thinking like, what are and there ones I haven't even been to, but there's like the Gray Snail or something, and there's
right.
the something dog.
You and I need to go up to Legends up in Claremore. That's a dive bar.
You know where? So this was forever ago. I mean, this was probably
which is
2012.
Which is Zach Bryan's favorite.
Yeah, I would love to go there.
Bar.
So this was probably 2012, maybe 2013. I went with Kelly and Mindy to a bar in Claremore called the Cow Pasture.
Sounds like a dive bar.
It was the coolest. You talk about a dive bar. This was a double wide trailer with a slow cooker under the pool table in the back. It was all you could eat little weenies and barbecue sauce. Just serve yourself. There was one pool table, a bar that had like, it was probably as big as my buffet thing that's holding the bourbon. And you could get like Bud Light, Bud, Coors or Coors Light.
That is a quintessential dive bar.
Yeah.
My question is okay, how is the definition of a dive bar? I was actually thinking about this the other day because I was like, at some point in time, you know, like Budweiser or domestics or this, that, and the other have to be on draft to be a dive bar, right?
Sure. Yeah, you can't have all just like IPAs.
You can't have craft beer on at a dive bar. But 20 or 30 years from now, what is a dive bar going to look like? Because
shit, I can't even tell you what a dive bar looks like now.
I know. We're having this debate.
I know.
We can't figure it out.
I mean, honestly, I don't think the look will be in it. I mean, I think those timeless staples will stay.
Right.
You know,
it kind of has to. I mean, a dive bar is like you expect to walk in $2 shots and $1 beer.
Yeah.
And the floor or carpet rather is falling apart.
Now you could make the argument that like that will turn into like $6 beers and $8 shots with inflation somewhere down the line.
Sure, but I mean,
all relative
to the time.
Yeah.
It's probably got to have a pool table.
Yeah,
that has been there.
Darts,
mostly kind of falling apart. And there's like the good table and then the bad table.
Mm-hmm.
The regulars that if you sit in their seat will definitely ask you to leave.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is the definition of a dive bar?
I mean, Google probably has one. Prudence is just all over the podcast today. Just wants to be in it. Let's see. What is a dive bar? A dive bar is typically a small, unglamorous, eclectic, old-style drinking establishment with inexpensive drinks. It may feature dim lighting, shabby or dated decor, neon beer signs, packaged beer sales, cash-only service, and local clientele.
I wouldn't disagree.
No,
not at all.
Cash-only part, I don't know. That's not really there
anymore.
But
here,
yeah. But the rest of it, I mean, is pretty spot on.
Yeah. I just see it as like the less glamorous local spot.
Yeah. So then under that definition, I think Sound Pony, I think Hunt Club, I think Cellar Dweller all do apply as a dive bar.
100%.
Yeah. What's Drake's Tavern? Definitely a dive bar.
100%.
Probably not Bishop Quigley's.
No, I mean Bishop Quigley new.
Because if Quigley's did, then is Kilkenny's, is McNelly's, because like it's the same style of like a pub type thing, you know.
No, those are more restaurants.
Fair.
Bishop Quigley could fall further into the dive bar if it had like actually inexpensive drinks.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
I just got bit.
Ow.
Not on purpose. For some reason, she's on one today.
Has a little bit more energy than
Yeah,
most
and we
days.
went for a WALK and all the things.
There you go.
Played FETCH. We did it all. Huh. Let's talk about what has or what's on the calendar, not what has been going on, but we can talk about that too.
Yeah.
Cabin Boys. So you got a festival coming up on Saturday?
Yeah, we've got Stout Fest, which is awesome. This year we've kind of condensed it a little bit, which is great. We have 3 new beers coming out for 2024, all barrel aged. So this will be the first year that we're not making a clean stout fire. We're not making new liquid.
Oh,
but
cool.
That's because we've had liquid sitting in barrels for over 34 months now.
What are the barrels?
The 34-month aged would be in Balcones barrels.
Okay.
And it's flirting with, I mean, on the bottle, I think it says 19.5%, but it's probably flirting with 20.
Ooh, boy.
And let's see, we conditioned it on cacao nibs and coconuts, which is coconut shavings.
What's that mean, conditioned it?
We let it, we secondary sat the liquid on the ingredients.
So you like steeped it, basically?
Yeah.
In tea terms?
Yeah, outside of the we moved the liquid out of the barrel and then secondarily conditioned it or let it sit in other ingredients, which is nerve-wracking because when you have a beer that's over 2.5 years old that you've sat in a cask or a barrel for that long, and then you decide, okay, we're going to take the risk and mix it with these ingredients, is an intense risk.
Yeah,
because it could go wrong.
Sure.
And then all of that time, all of that effort is,
I mean, it's not a waste,
drain.
but like, yeah, I mean, it's what do you do? Is coconut done? It's not like coconut flakes, is it? Like, what's the
shavings?
Oh, it is. So
Yeah,
you have to strain it out.
Yeah, and I think they're technically toasted coconut shavings, because my brewers might kick me for this. Toasted coconut shavings will give you a stronger coconut flavor.
Sure.
Untoasted coconut shavings will give you a sweeter, more mellow flavor.
I get that.
And you have to leave the beer on the coconut shavings for a longer amount of time. So,
I mean, really? You have all these toys to pick from, and you pick the ones that just
make sound
noisy. I know you want that one, but sorry. Yeah, that does make sense. That the toasted, because it's probably released some of that coconut flavor, and then like, whereas like the raw or the whatever's like still, I don't know what I'm trying to say, like packaged in there or whatever.
Yeah.
Been,
well,
like,
I mean, the sugar is still in it.
Yeah.
So once you've toasted it,
that's a better way to say
it. It's kind
it.
of like caramelized. It's and has a little bit more of an intense aromatic to it. So
I get that.
Yeah.
So Stout Fest, you have that one, and then you have what?
Wednesday, so each location has its own thing.
Oh, cool.
The brew pub has the Stout Fires for Lovers dinner, which is cool. We'll have a 5-course dinner with 5 different stout fires from the ages, which
get you toasty.
Good luck to the people that go through all of it.
Because do you know the courses off the top of your head?
I know the 3rd course because I talked about it today in a reel. Is a coconut battered shrimp course with the bottle that I was just talking about.
Hey, stop, dude. Or you're not a dude, but whatever.
Dude. This is our time.
Now she's going to sit here and then she'll howl in a minute. So coconut shrimp will probably go with the coconut toasted one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then, I couldn't rattle it off. I can find it.
No, you're fine.
But anyways, and then, but Sunday, I'm actually turning on turning on the Claremore Brew House for the first time, which is
Turning on?
like I'm using it.
Oh,
for
the
first,
brew. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many tickets we've sold to the day, but it's going to just be me brewing a stout fire that we're going to release for Claremore specifically a year from now.
Oh, that's cool.
So that'll be really neat. And
I might
really,
come up there and watch you do that.
Yeah.
Is it a ticketed thing, though?
It's ticketed.
Okay.
All the money is going towards awesome stuff, though.
That's cool.
Yeah. For you, we are trying to be a for-profit business.
Fair. Makes sense.
Yeah. But anyways, and then Stout Fest or Stout Fire Fest is on Saturday as
Nice.
normal.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. So, and we'll have, I think we'll have 7 beers on draft or
Yeah.
Stout Fires, 7 or 8
Okay.
on draft.
I don't know if this one's getting turned into a podcast because she is all over it.
Highly edited.
You did the whole not come early enough thing.
I know.
And so she's just now, it's all the energy.
Well,
play with me.
I'm very, very sorry.
It's not your fault. She's just on one tonight.
It's because we didn't have a guest.
Yeah.
She knew.
So the Stout Fest, is that you said, or is it kind of like years past as far as like the different things that'll be out there to do? And, or was that like more, what was there in the past? There wasn't like the axe throwing and all that. That was like different things, right?
It was mostly about the beer.
Okay.
I think we'll have a small catered menu to the brewery.
That'll be cool.
No. Yeah, we'll have a small catered menu to the brewery, and then we'll have bags for sale. If you buy 4, you get the bag for free. Buy the bag for $10 if you just want the bag. And then they're the pint night glassware.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's a cool glass.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Which is perfect for stouts, especially of the caliber that we're selling, because most of them are above 15%. 3 of them will be above 18%.
Get you where you're going.
It'll get you where you want to go. But the glassware is really great for whiskey too.
Nice.
It's almost like in between a stout snifter and a whiskey snifter. It's almost too big for a whiskey snifter. That's a hard word to say.
The fourth one that's made noise that we've chosen. I'm going to have to invest in more of there's a dog toy brand called Here Doggy, and there's squeakers in them, but they're dog whistle.
Yeah.
And so like the frequency of human ears doesn't pick up on it. It just kind of sounds like it's.
But the dog hears it.
Yeah.
There.
But the dog hears it.
There you go.
You're going through the entire toy basket, you little punk. It's all right. Clean it up later. Well, that's fun. Or is that ticketed thing, or is that just to show up?
No, that's show up and do your stuff.
Cool.
Buy what you want to buy. Don't buy what you want to don't buy.
Have you had more people show up for Goostingling since the
100%?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was talking about it last week.
Yeah, the people that came from Joplin.
Yeah. We've had a few more people come in just for that, for just seating. Yeah. It's though.
Has Seth Rogen replied though? Is the $1 million question.
I wish. No.
We got to work on that.
One
day you're just going to show up and I'm not going to tell you who the guest is. It's just going to be Seth Rogen.
It better be in person.
That would be even cooler. He just comes out of the back.
Out of the back. I'd be like, sweet. What up, dude? I will say this. The cool thing for the business, though, is we gained almost 2,000 followers.
Yeah, that's cool.
And we gained 20 or 30 new ones a day. So still each day.
What's the numbers on that thing up to? Have you looked at it recently?
I think 1.8 million views. and like
so many views.
32,000 likes or something like that.
That is so many.
I tell you I did the math on that of
Which math?
the how many hours of viewing that is?
No, it'll tell you on there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know I mean 1.8 it's flirting with 7 years of man hours.
Of like that many people watching the entire reel or whatever.
Correct.
What's up, girlfriend?
Which is kind of sad.
Well, but
I mean, it's not really, because I'm teaching people about a really cool tradition.
And if you break it down, I mean, it's each person watching
for 30 seconds.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it's.
But when you put it into it's 7 years of human life.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. It's really weird. But it's so wild to think about. Okay, so Super Bowl, I think 100 million people in North America watched it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 hours. So that's 300 million hours of human life watching that game.
I mean, if you start putting it in those terms, yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
I mean, it was actually from like 5:30 to 10.
Yeah.
So 430 million human hours.
It was such a, like, the first part of that game was so boring. And thankfully, I was telling us, I don't remember, just my brother who I was talking to, but thankfully neither team had their A game. Because if one team would have had their A game, it would have been a blowout. Because
if either one would have showed up,
yeah,
it would have, it would have changed the whole dynamic of the whole entire game.
Totally. But it was a good game.
I liked it.
Not a well played game, but a good game.
I liked that the first half was kind of a slog.
Yeah.
Because people were like, well, this is the longest that no one has scored in a Super Bowl.
I won a square. You know, the square game or whatever. It was, but I haven't heard from my brother-in-law how much I won. I think it was like $400 or something. But I don't know, because I won what would have been I won the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Which was supposed to be like the big quarter, but then there was overtime.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. But I had 9-9, which would never win. And it was 19-19 at the end of the fourth quarter. So I've won something. I just don't know. I haven't heard yet what my winnings was. Yeah. But I'd spent like $90 or $100 on props and only hit one the entire game.
Sweet.
My brother, I know he started off bad. He had the under for Reba and she went over by like 2 seconds. And he had tails and it was heads. So he started off wrong, on the wrong foot. I don't know how he finished.
And then
purple Gatorade.
Purple Gatorade. Purple Gatorade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Betting that I wouldn't have bet that Post Malone actually sang in country form.
He did. So, Curtis was like, huh, is he country? I was like,
no, not at all.
He's post. Like, he can sing whatever he wants, because he can kind of rap. He can kind of sing with an acoustic guitar. He can. There was
auto-tune his voice.
Yeah, there was some video of him covering. I don't remember what the song was, but it was a country style song, and he covered it amazing that I saw on YouTube. So like, the guy can just sing.
I mean, when you're a good artist, I guess you can do what you want.
Yeah,
that's the thing. It's like even Usher did
that was a great halftime show.
Yeah,
and the people that were shitting on it can just not talk, because that was everything a Super Bowl halftime show should be.
Right.
There's multiple people. You're like, oh, he brought out Lil Jon. He brought out Luda.
It was a party.
Yeah.
It was just a party.
Songs you knew, snippets of like, I don't even know how many songs he ended up playing.
Probably
at least like 15, right?
Yeah, 15 or 16.
There were roller skates. There were, I mean, like,
yeah.
It was like, what else do you want?
Could you imagine trying to sing? I would be so out of breath if I was doing roller skates and singing.
So I was thinking about this as it was happening. And I did notice, I don't remember, it was towards the end. It was like 3/4 of the way through, when he was dancing and they were on one of the far away cameras, but you could tell he wasn't singing.
Well, his mic was definitely on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But there were moments in which like there was also a track of him,
Yeah.
and so he didn't have to sing; he could just dance because there's no
Right.
way for. I mean, I don't know how long that show was. It was probably 10 minutes, something like that.
Probably like that.
And
Yeah.
you're just constantly moving.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I remember back in the day, like Britney Spears didn't used to sing half the time because
Yeah.
she was always dancing too.
Yeah.
So. But congratulations to Taylor Swift. She became a football fan.
Yep.
Like 15 weeks ago, and all she knows is a Super Bowl.
And her team won.
Mm-hmm.
That, I mean, technically, if you're a betting person, she bet right.
She did. Did you see the backlash for Travis Kelce getting up in Andy Reid's face? Did you see that?
I saw all the memes.
Yeah.
I didn't see all the backlash.
Well, just there were some stupid people being like, "Watch out, Taylor! Like, I've lost respect for Travis. Like, is this how he handles arguments?" And blah, blah, blah.
Oh boy,
come on! It's the Super Bowl, for crying out loud. The guy is so amped up and like.
Could you imagine how amped up you would be?
And Andy, after the game, who is the head coach, if you're watching us and don't know, Andy Reid, he said that he just surprised him. Like he caught him off balance, but he was like, I love it. He was like, isn't the first time it's happened. Like,
well,
he was telling me like, give me the ball. I'm going to score, basically is what he was saying in yelling for him, like right in his face. So, I mean, like the optics of it, I get. Didn't look great.
It didn't,
big guy bumps old man, yells in his face. Doesn't look great. But when
those two people have been together for how many seasons now?
That's a great question.
So they know each other.
I mean,
it's not like it's a new exchange of energy.
Yeah, and if you think about it too, like, I mean, you list any good player and they've had some sort of a argument blow up with the coach on the side.
Oh, sure.
Brady used to do it all the time.
Oh, sure.
I mean, like, you name it. And I'm not defending Travis. Like, it was a bad look. Like, there's probably a place for that, running up to the coach and bumping him on the sideline when he's not looking at you. Probably didn't.
He probably didn't mean to bump him.
That's the other thing. Yeah, I don't even.
It was probably just running so fast.
Yeah.
That he couldn't control where or how he was going.
Yeah.
I mean, so much. You think about how much energy is going into that game.
You got to win one for Taylor because if you lose, she's gonna break up with you and write a song about it. So like you gotta win it. Well, I kind of wanted him to like propose after the game and then say they're going to Disney World and do the whole thing.
Oh man! And then Taylor's
that would have broke the internet.
Swift is like, nah.
I'll pass.
I'll think about it.
I'll pass. Let me get back to you.
That would have broken the internet.
Or it's that response where it's like, oh, honey. And it's like, uh-oh.
That would have broke the internet.
Yeah, that would have.
But then people would have said their whole relationship was staged for that moment.
Totally. Did you have a favorite commercial? Mine was the Dunkin' Donuts one with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon and Tom Brady and J-Lo.
I can piggyback on that. That one was really great.
Matt Damon stole the show when he was like, "How you like them donuts?" I'm sorry.
I'm
just
so
right
sorry.
away and just like, I'm sorry.
He's like, you remember when I said that I would do anything for you? This is anything.
This is anything. Yeah. This is that line.
This is it.
I love Matt Damon though.
And he's like, they're gonna name a drink after us. He's like,
oh man. Yeah, that one I think was far and away my favorite. I'm trying to remember another one that really stood out. I mean, I'm a sucker for like the old school Budweiser with the Clydesdales and the dog and all that. Yeah, cool. But that was it wasn't the best they've done.
No. Arnold Schwarzenegger was
his was okay. Yeah.
State Farm.
I feel like Brady was in another one too. What was it when he was? I don't remember. Now I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. But he was like, he dressed up. He wasn't allowed to do something, and he dressed up as like a dive bar pool player.
Okay.
And he was like, "What if my name's Ron Tatey or something like that.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
he,
right.
like, changed.
Oh no, it was the betting app.
It was.
It was the
yeah.
betting. And he's
That's
like,
right.
and they're like, no,
Yeah.
you can't bet.
Yeah.
You're blocked from this.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
You're right. That's funny. It was fun though.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good game.
It was a good
It
game.
was it was really fun.
How's the cold plunge life treating you? Because what, you're now 2 weeks in?
6 plunges in.
She is so strong.
6 plunges in.
6 plunges in. Tomorrow. Whoops, that was my fault. I'm sorry. Tomorrow's going to be cold. Just
Tomorrow's going to be cold.
Yeah.
Have you checked out Saturday?
Mm-mm.
Maybe shouldn't.
Yeah, that bad?
Well, it's going to be 28 degrees.
Ooh, yeah. Next week, I was looking at Collier's, I think it was an Instagram story or something, and he said that spring arrives next week. There'll be warmer temps.
Mm-hmm.
So we can enjoy. We can enjoy the cold water while it lasts. Then we really need. All right, Prudence. Yep, come on.
Yeah,
then we'll really need Plunge or somebody to come through with the chiller.
Yeah. Yeah, Saturday will be the last test, I think.
Yeah.
It'll be really cold. Tomorrow will be cold too.
Yeah, well.
But back to your question.
Excuse you.
Back to your question.
Yeah, this is not going into a podcast. This is just going to be a live stream. We'll podcast something else.
Really good.
Yeah.
I like the way that it makes me feel. It's obviously I'm not shedding weight or anything like that.
Have you checked? Have you lost any weight? Any weight?
Maybe a couple pounds.
Oh, so there you go.
Maybe.
For not doing anything?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. The oddest thing that and I don't know what the science is behind it at all. My posture is always better the day of. Do you know?
Yeah, I don't know if I can help you with that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think. You do have to sit upright pretty much in that tank thing for 3.5 minutes, but I wonder if it does something to relieve, release, relax, whatever the right word is there, your back muscles.
Maybe. Or it
tightens your core.
Tightens your core
throughout
the day.
It definitely does that.
But
that's interesting.
Yeah. I have just noticed that it's oh, I'm sitting up straight all day.
I don't know if I've thought to even pay attention. I don't know if that's ever anything that would cross my mind. Oh, my posture is good today.
Oh,
I'll have to watch for that tomorrow.
I lived in Japan. I had to think about my posture constantly.
Are they notoriously good posture people?
Yeah. It was annoying.
Is it because they're so small?
Maybe.
Or is that a gross, what am I trying to say?
Stereotype?
Yeah. Stereotype of Japanese people?
I don't think it's a stereotype, but, well, I mean, they're just posture people.
Sure. But I feel like, and I don't know if it's China or Japan or both, but I feel like if I were to go over there at 6'3", 6'4", they would think I'm an NBA player.
You would be a giant.
Yeah.
I mean, an absolute giant.
Yeah.
You would stick out like a sore thumb.
Imagine Victor Wembanyama or one of those basketball players that's 7'2" with an 8-foot wingspan going over there. You wouldn't be able to fit into the door. I mean, you'd have to crawl.
I had trouble fitting into doors.
I'd be in trouble. I do want to go to Japan.
I hit my if I would have walked through my door frame in my apartment, just normal, I would have hit my head. For sure.
Yeah, that's not going to work for me.
No,
it's not. No,
we're just a different size of people.
It's fair.
It's just the fact of life.
American born, American bred.
I don't even think I think it's just European blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably that. You want to play Guess the Beer?
Yeah, I can do one.
Okay. You got one last week.
I got one last week,
That was,
which
I don't think I
surprising.
gave that its due enough. Like that was
pretty. I should have like hooped and hollered.
something. If anybody's watching or listening afterwards, no, I'm not going to make it a podcast. So if anyone's watching,
Yeah.
So the game is, there's this book called Great Beers, 700 of the Best Beers from Around the World. It says editor-in-chief, but it doesn't say what he's the editor-in-chief of. So that's cool. Tim Hampson is his name. So these are his favorite top 700 beers. Austin picks a number. He gets 3 guesses to pinpoint the style of beer. And then using those 3 guesses, he gets an additional one to try to guess the country of origin. If he does that, then he gets a bonus guess for brewery.
Which, by the way, last week, the stats on getting it right, going from Czech Pilsner to guessing that it's from Australia,
that's pretty
got to
solid.
be pretty slim.
The only one you didn't get was the brewery, right? Because you didn't know the brewery.
I didn't.
Yeah. It wasn't Foster's
Moo or
so
something.
it was Moo Brew or something like
Moo
that.
Brew or whatever.
Or no, I think it was actually.
Yeah,
it
was.
All right, give me a number. Between 77 and 300 and I always forget 370. Oh, it's 377. Whatever. Just give me a number.
178.
No, it wasn't that close. I was at 206. Oh, okay. I've actually had this beer.
Right on.
I'll let you pick top or bottom. Because there's
top.
2 beers there. Okay.
Yeah, top.
All right, you're in the G's.
In the G's.
Mm-hmm.
Boy. See, I think I was accurate last week because I actually wrote a recipe last week.
You didn't do that this week?
I didn't do that this week. Well, I had a hand in a recipe. I finished a recipe today.
Well, then what are you complaining about?
Okay. I gotta start out with ABV. Is it above? Is it below 6%?
No.
Sweet. Good guess on my part.
Pat yourself on the back.
That helps a lot. Is it darker than the color of your energy?
No. No,
is it
not.
darker than amber?
No. It's a great beer at Marshall's, by the way. They have what do they call it? Amber is the color of your energy. Because
do they
of the
really?
Song. Yeah. Or maybe it's the color of your energy or color of your
Color of
energy,
your
and I
energy.
always go,
Nice.
amber is the color of your energy.
Whoa.
Yeah. All right, so the answer was no to your question. It's not darker than my energy.
Perfect.
My energy is pure and bright, baby.
Pure and bright. But is it darker than amber?
No. No.
Okay. Just had to make sure.
It's 2 questions down, 1 to go.
Okie dokie.
I just did that. 1 to go.
One
And
to
2
go.
down, 1 to go.
Well, at least you don't have syphilis.
Pinky.
Do you know where that's what that comes from?
A pinky?
Holding your pinky up
Syphilis?
in French?
Or
France?
Can you not hold your pinky up if you have syphilis?
Correct. Your extremities.
Good to know.
Yeah, your extremities.
I wasn't necessarily worried about it, but it is reassuring to know I don't have syphilis.
That's why they would put your pinky up.
I did not know that.
Yeah. It was to show it was in France where syphilis basically was born.
Okay.
Because they were doing each other madly in the 1700s.
Madly.
And it came about knowingly that you couldn't control your extremities
Interesting.
very well. So if you were holding your pinky up, you were clean.
Okay.
Yep.
The more you know. Learn something new today. That's funny.
I'm trying to make the guess the beer game a little bit more fun.
I mean, it's a random fact. That'll do it.
All right.
The way it would make it more fun is if I had another camera that could just be on the picture.
Oh,
so that
yeah.
you guys could see what he was trying to guess.
Yeah. That'd be good.
But
We don't.
yeah, sorry.
Let's see. So it's lighter than amber.
Yep.
It's above 6%.
Yep.
Oh, can I ask that question? Does it originate from the continent of North America?
Are you referring to this specific beer / brewery or
The beer style.
okay? Follow-up question: what beer styles originated in this continent?
Oh,
Oh, well, then I can just. Well, actually, I can tell you no. It didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That should really help you, actually. But
yeah,
I can tell you.
it's kind of hard though.
How?
That it didn't originate on the American continent?
If you factored in my confusion,
right,
and then my saying, "Oh, well, I can tell you this one didn't."
sure. I mean, it helps me some.
Okay, maybe it just I feel like more because I know the answer.
True. It's lower than 6%, lighter
Wait,
than amber.
no, it wasn't lower than 6%.
Or higher than 6%. Yeah. Ooh, that is tough. Lighter than amber, not on this continent. I would have to guess that the style is. Oh, I want to.
Talk me through your process here. What are you?
I'm gonna say a Belgian triple.
No, it's an IPA.
Oh, now I understand your confusion.
Yeah.
Bummer. And it starts with G. So it comes from England.
So are you going to ask me?
I'm going to ask does it come from England?
Okay, you should ask me a different question.
Okay.
Because, well, I mean, I guess I could. Okay, that can be your question. No, that's fine. No.
No.
The answer. Yeah.
But to guess the brewery, right?
No, you're going country.
Oh,
so now you just know it's not England. So.
Now I know it's not England.
That's why I was like, you should probably ask me something else. Okay.
It's an IPA?
Yeah.
Is it Scotland?
No.
Nah.
USA.
Man, I'm all over the map. This is
this wasn't a good showing. We'll do one more. We'll do one more.
That's okay.
You want to try to guess the brewery?
The brewery?
Yeah. I mean, I've told you I've had it. Yeah.
You've had it. Green.
Finish it.
Green Spot?
Close. Green Flash.
Oh, Green Flash.
Yeah.
Dang it. Green Spot is a whiskey.
It is. Irish whiskey, I believe.
Green Flash. Almost
Green Flash
bankrupt.
From Vista, California.
Yeah. Almost bankrupt.
You know what a green flash is?
I don't.
A rare light phenomenon that lasts only seconds at sunrise or sunset over water.
Huh.
Yep.
There we go.
It was their West Coast IPA, to be specific.
Sadly, Green Flash might have been a Green Flash.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still around. This book was... that's actually a good... When was this book made? Editor-in-chief. Why do you call yourself that if you don't tell me where? It's got to be on this page. 2010.
Whoa. That's an eternity ago in the craft beer world.
So this is like a classic book. Yeah.
2010. 14 years ago.
Yeah, Green Flash might not be around anymore.
They're around. I think that they've reduced themselves down to one state of distribution.
Probably California. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. One more number and then we'll wrap it up. We'll make this one a relatively short one. What time is it? I don't know what time it is. Oh, I guess I am wearing a watch. Okay, well, it's been 45 minutes.
Yeah. I'm going to say I don't think I've said this. I think I've said something very close, but exactly 200.
Okay. I was at 240. I was in the ballpark. Okay. That looks like a beer I would want to try. Top or bottom?
I'm going to go top.
Okay. You're in the H's.
In the H's. Okay. Is the beer yellow?
I was just about to tell you, no matter if you would have went top or bottom, I was going to have questions.
Okay.
What did you ask me?
Is the beer yellow?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
We're just going to go with it.
Do I get a bonus question to help you out answer that question?
Sure.
You're going to say yes because
it's just my guess.
I can't cheat.
Just my guess.
It's just your guess. Okay.
I can't see through the bottle. I'm assuming most of these styles of beers.
So it's a brown bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That might give you a little something. I'm assuming most of this style is of that color family, basically.
Sure.
So I'm just gonna.
Okay.
But it's a guess. Educated guess, but a guess.
Sure.
But wait. Ask me the question the way you phrased it again.
Is the beer yellow? Like in color?
Can you just pick another number and I'll tell you what this was?
260.
Okay. It was a best bitter.
Oh.
And I feel like bitters, the reason I started him hawing there towards the end was that I feel like an ESB that I've had, the English special bitters, have been more brown. Not like nut brown, but like ambery brown.
Right.
But I don't know and it's just like a brown bottle. And so I was like,
yeah.
And the other one was just a bitter. So I wouldn't have known either way.
They are normally amber colored.
Okay.
Or was it an extra special bitter?
This one just says best bitter.
Oh, a best
It says
bitter.
150-year anniversary ale with a vibrant and generous celebratory hop flavor to match. Didn't tell me anything about like color.
I would say that it's more amber in color.
That's why I just pulled the plug on it.
I would say bitters are more like red to brown.
Okay.
Color. But you're not. That's a tough one. But the bitters are so tough.
Yeah. This is going to be a really interesting one, by the way.
Okay.
We're doing the top one. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Because I just learned something by this. You're in the M's.
In the M's.
M is in moss.
Okay. Is it below 5%?
It is.
Ooh. Okay. Is it an ale?
I always get these confused.
Is it a top fermenting beer?
Yes.
That was fermented warmer than
what else in the ale family?
Mostly everything.
That's what I thought. So yes. What's not in the ale family?
Lagers. Like, sorry, I'm being a jackass.
No, you're fine.
Like Pilsners, Helles, Doppelbocks, Box, Vienna lagers.
All right, pick another number. I gave you the wrong answer. So here's
no. Let's go through with it.
Okay.
Let's go through with it.
It is not.
It is not an ale.
It is not an ale.
Okay.
I don't know why I always get those two terms confused. Ale and
it's okay.
lagers. Like
it is difficult.
But I've heard it enough, and we've had the conversation enough.
No, you're good. Yeah. You've had professional conversations around it. If you are not, it's kind of like if you were not in the medical world. Do you know the difference between aspirin and Tylenol?
No.
Exactly.
No. All right, so let's finish this up. It is not in the ale family.
Okay.
And did you ask me the ABV already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. It was under
lower
whatever
than
you
5.
said. Yeah.
Not in the ale category. Is its origin on the European continent?
No.
Whoa. It is not.
Well, wait, hold on. Are you talking about, did you just switch and go brewery on me? Or are you
No, no,
talking
no.
about the style of beer?
The style of beer.
Yes, the origin would be on the European
Okay.
continent. Yeah.
Okay.
So I just kind of gave you a hint for the next question.
No,
too.
no, no. You're
no,
good.
for the
You're
next
good.
question though.
Yeah. So lower than 5. I'm gonna go Vienna lager.
Correct.
Wow, that was shot in the dark.
It was.
Okay, so what?
So now you get an extra question to try
get
to
the
figure out the
brewery.
country of origin.
Oh, country
first.
of origin.
And I did give you a hint with my answer to the last question.
Kind of, yeah. So it's not of the European continent. What does the letter start with? H.
The brewery M.
M. Oh,
But you get a question to narrow down the country too.
right. M. Is the country below the equator? So Australia is south of the equator, North America is north of the equator.
So
I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. I'm just actually not 100% sure. Obviously, the equator goes through Ecuador, right? Because
correct.
The name would imply.
Correct.
Ecuador. Where's Ecuador in the geography of like that region? Stand by.
So it must be close to the equator.
Or maybe not. Maybe my whole. I feel like I should know that.
Dude.
Oh, it's closer than I thought. Okay. My initial reaction was correct. What was the way you phrased that question?
Was it south of the equator?
No.
Okay. It's north of the equator. I don't know why I asked that question. I just thought it was kind of interesting.
Yeah. Made me look something up. So I wanted to make sure, and you'll see why. I wanted to make sure.
Vienna lager that starts with an M.
And I remember I did learn something here.
I'm going to say Mexico.
Correct. You're 2 for 2.
Wow.
And so that's why I was wondering about the equator and how close it got
yeah.
to Mexico, because I still don't know which part of Mexico this brewery is in.
Mexico's,
but
all of it is north of the equator.
Yeah. By a little
You're
bit
correct to look for it, though.
Yeah. All right.
Modelo?
So let me
hold
on. Let me just remind you that, and that can still be your guess, but I did learn something by this. Remember, I said that at the beginning.
You learned something
Yeah.
from it.
So do you want to stick with Modelo? Because is Modelo a brewery? Or are they?
No, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like probably something conglomerate.
Yeah.
The world.
Right.
I don't know any other brewery that starts with an M from Mexico.
You can stick with Modelo.
I mean, Modelo Negro?
No. You were 2 for 3, though. That was good. So the brewery name is Moctezuma.
Definitely was going to guess that. Mm-hmm.
Do you know what Moctezuma makes?
Moctezuma.
Tecate.
Oh, wow.
Dos Equis. Sol. Indio. Bohemia. And Carte Blanc. Wow. This was Dos Equis Vienna Lager. Was the one. I didn't know Dos Equis was that's a lot of different labels for one brewery to make.
Oh, yeah.
Beer for.
Yeah.
That's what I learned.
Yep.
Moctezuma.
But the crazy thing is like Dos Equis. So the reason that they do Vienna lagers and whatnot, where we get the cerveza is from German brewers coming over to Mexico.
So is all Mexican lagers Vienna lagers?
All Mexican lagers were no.
Okay.
All Mexican lagers are based off of German lagers.
Gotcha.
So cerveza.
I guess Vienna is Austrian anyway.
Yeah, cerveza is a Pilsner
Mm-hmm.
just with corn. And then a Vienna lager is basically, I mean, it's like Modelo Negro or Negra or
Mm-hmm.
whatever is basically a Vienna lager.
Just darkened.
Just it no, it's not even darkened.
Oh, is it not?
It is a Vienna lager.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do they call it that then?
Like a
Because Negra's
Negra.
black, right?
Negra just means dark.
Okay.
I
Is
think.
it darker than the traditional Modelo?
Well, it's just darker than a Pilsner.
Fair. Okay.
I think Vienna lagers are called dark lagers
Mm.
traditionally.
Okay.
Don't hang
I
my
won't
neck
hold
on
you.
that
I
one.
won't hold you to that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can wrap it up. I'm not going to post
Sweet.
this as a podcast. We'll just
This was fun.
yeah, we'll just hang out.
It was fun.
Hang out and talk to a few people and ourselves and
Yeah.
play a little game. So Stout Fest Saturday.
Correct.
Brew a beer with you on Sunday.
And Stout Fires for Lovers on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
On Valentine's
Oh yeah,
Day.
what are you? Is that what you guys are doing for Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not really Lisa and I aren't doing anything really for Valentine's Day. We're having a baby. So
Fair.
you know,
Fair.
we went to Paris.
Yeah. Yeah. How was the building of the nursery? I didn't even ask you about that.
Really great.
Yeah. I saw you had a small army.
We did.
Yeah.
We were 6 strong, and that was great. Having a village to help you raise a child's awesome.
Was this like IKEA type stuff that you guys went down and bought, where you had to you had 18 screws left over at the end? And you're like, what the?
No.
Okay.
You know what? We've built a lot of IKEA stuff. We did build a shelf or a drawer system
Like
or
a
whatever.
chest of drawers or something.
Chest of drawers. Successfully.
Well done.
Yep. I think that they're becoming easier.
Or we're just becoming smarter.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Or they're just taking away all the extra stuff, so it makes us feel smarter.
True.
There's not
Yeah.
extras.
If you follow the directions, you should get through it fairly easily.
Pet peeve of mine is when instructions come with something that need instructions for how to assemble it, and there's no words. It's
True.
just pictures with arrows that are pointing to other things, and they're like this big on there, and you're trying to figure out what.
A lot of IKEA stuff is like that.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it has numbers, but the numbers sometimes aren't on the thing, which definitely makes it tough.
Yeah.
But we successfully made it all, and the nursery looks really cute. It's a very cozy room, which will be super great because we'll spend a lot of time in there, and it's soft carpet, real quiet in the back of the house.
Love it.
It's great.
Love it. Congrats, man.
Thanks, man.
You got that part done. Now you just got to put a little human in there.
We are exactly 14 days away. 2 Mondays from now.
So one thing we talked about, which we can just mention here, although if it's not going to be a podcast, maybe I will edit it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of tired. I don't really feel like it, but I might change my mind.
You do you.
Maybe we should switch to every other week doing these.
You and I are quickly becoming. Well, maybe we should do one next week.
Yeah.
Because then we can do one every other week.
Yeah. Until my thought for doing that was that it'll be fresher for us to we'll have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
A week in between, but then also you'll be welcoming a new human into the world. And so probably the first month or two you'll do from your house, even though it's just up the street.
Maybe.
Unless you need to get out and
I don't know.
or get away.
Quentin, one of our brewers, he just had a child and he came back for almost a week after his child was born.
Mm.
I think he was really wanting to.
Yeah. There's something about not that it's bad to be in the house with the kiddo all the time, but
yeah,
it's probably
it might get stir crazy.
Yeah, probably a little bit.
Yeah. I might come down here.
Well, the chair will be there.
There we go.
If you're not here, it won't be. I'll just flip around and I'll do it. So when I did the one, I don't know if you watched the one I did with Kat, the tasting room after hours.
Oh, I didn't.
So I just
Dang it.
pulled the chair that was there right out there and shot it this way.
Yeah.
What I
Sweet.
didn't plan on when I started, which was like at 4-ish, maybe like 4:15, I didn't need the light because I had all sorts of light. And
Nice.
then by the time we finished, which was a little after 5, closer to like 5:20, the sun had started to set and I didn't notice it, but I went from like decently well lit to
Very
John
dark.
talking in the dark. Yeah. So I learned the light will always be set up.
Always set up.
And I think it was more just me being lazy because I had played golf that day, first round of the year. Shot
Woo!
at 89. First round since like
Congrats.
October. So I'll take it.
Breaking 90 is tough.
Yeah. Especially first time since October to play. I'll
Yeah.
take it. I'll take it. But we were only going to play 9, and then Mona just decided she wanted to stay out of work, and so we played the extra 9, and that put me like. So I think the thing was at 4:30, and I left the country club at like 4:15, and so
Did you play TCC?
Yeah, so I ran down here, and then like I was sweating during the interview. Like, because it was decently warm that day.
Yeah.
And then I just came in like a banshee and was just like, tripod, camera, chairs, this, that. And I had the light stand set up, but I didn't even bring the light out because I was like, it's lit enough. Like, I'm fine. And then I had to bring the camera or like the computer and all the stuff in here. And it just, it was. And I sit down and I had like a napkin in my hand, thankfully. And so, like, Kat's, I have the laptop like over here, and Kat's all set up and ready. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm not nervous or anything. It's just hot. I was playing golf. I still have my cleats on, my golf shoes on.
Oh, my
like,
gosh.
No glove, though. I did take the glove off.
Oh, I was like, you played golf without a glove.
I would look like Andy in The Office. I would have all the blisters on the hand.
I would just be throwing clubs.
Yeah. Oh, I almost killed someone. Accidentally. My own fault,
right?
But also a little bit of Mona's, because it was what hole is that? I'm trying to think of the numbers now. So it's like 13 or whatever, the par 3 not over the water, but the one that's like the obscenity hole or whatever is what it's named. Or
yes.
It might be like 14 or 15. So it's not the one by the halfway house. It's the other one with the water that's off to the right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
it's kind of like got a creek through it and then water behind it.
And I meant to grab let's see, I think it was like 150. And so I asked for an 8. And she was back at the cart. I grabbed a 7. And I was like, no, I think I want an 8. And the way she looked at my club, she grabbed a 6 and I didn't double check it.
2 clubs higher.
Yeah. Yep. And the group in front of us was the tee box for the next hole is right behind the green. I am not exaggerating when I say I probably landed that ball like 3 feet from someone. And of course, that's the purest shot I hit all day. Just 100%. Straight as an arrow.
That's how it happens.
Like, just beautiful. And I'm watching it and I'm like, that seems far. And then it just keeps going past the green. I'm like, oh shit. And I didn't even I was admiring it so much that by the time I realized how far it had gone, I couldn't even yell 4. Like, it was just like, at that point, like, Jesus, take the wheel. Like, what's, I don't know what's about to happen here. I'm either paying for a funeral or I'm going to have some pissed off people. Like,
I've definitely grabbed the wrong club like that before.
Mm-hmm.
And every single time you do, it's like
flush,
super flush.
I didn't hit a better iron all day.
I guarantee you didn't
hit a better. I mean, I probably hit that 6 iron close to 200.
Oh yeah, if you flushed it,
yeah,
I could definitely see that.
I normally hit like a 5 iron, like 190.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I flushed it. But anyway, so we will do one next week. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'll be here. I was going to the following weekend. I still am going to Denver, but I was going to stay in through Monday, but I'm not. I'm coming back Saturday now. So I'll be gone Wednesday
Jealous.
to Saturday.
Why are you going to Dallas?
Or
Denver?
Denver. So originally we were going to do Crested Butte and go ski for a few days. But my buddy is considering changing jobs, and he was like, I probably need to pull the plug on like spending that kind of money. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm just going to go up. I think I get him Wednesday. Yeah. So I'm going to go up. He plays in like an adult hockey league. So I'm going to go Wednesday night. We're all going to grab a group and go watch him play, and then just hang out Thursday, Friday, and come back Saturday.
That's cool.
Yeah. Just be a quick trip. So I will be here. But yeah, we'll find a guest. We'll have somebody come on. I'll look through the people that watch this tonight. Maybe getting Chase on here would be fun.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
We could talk about our parking.
Oh crap. We were supposed to have a guest tonight. I fudged that up.
Were we really?
Yeah. Sorry, Matt Sanders, formerly of Vintage. I talked about it at Coffee at Heirloom.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'll have him come on next week.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot, like that's going to be a really interesting conversation, because what I really want to talk to him about is the time in that business's life when the decision was made to move it from the only place it had known and kind of its whole image and its whole persona at 18th and Boston with like the mismatched furniture and all the different stuff to what you could argue now is like a lobby of a New York hotel bar, like much more sleek and modern and
20s.
Yeah.
20s feel.
Yeah. And so I just wanted to talk to him about all that. And, he ended up getting out of it. And he and his wife are about to move anyway. But yeah, I did want to. So we will have him on next week. So we will have a guest.
Sweet.
My apologies for literally just now remembering that you were supposed to be a guest.
Look, January coming out into February, and then it's like we're still getting the wheels on to the year.
Apparently. January felt like it took 3 years. February feels like it's been 3 days and it's already halfway done.
Dude, I'm in mid-February and it feels like 5 days have gone by.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because I have a child on the way. But
also true. That'll be here before you know it. Well, I'll see you at 7:45 in the morning.
Yes, you will.
Temperature around that time, just so people know, should be roughly, I'm going to guess like 30 something. Let's see.
It's not going to be
hourly. It'll be 37.
Water's in?
Water's in, yeah. Water's been in. It was in last night too, so I'll let it get cold.
It's going to be, the water's going to be
it'll probably
in
be
the 40s.
Yeah. We'll walk out there real quick and take a temp.
I don't know. 1 a.m. it starts dipping into the 30s. It might be in the 30s.
It might be. I'm curious to see what it is now. It got decently warm today. It was like in the 50s, low 50s today, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it warmed up a little bit. All right. Anyway, we're just babbling at this point. We'll see you next week. Hopefully Matt Sanders can do next week too. And yeah, be good. Love you guys.
Cheers.